What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's have a brief discussion about the 3-0 Minnesota Vikings. Let's get into it, man. What a heck of a start of the season for the Vikings. 3-0, defeated the Giants in week 1 pretty handily, defeated the reigning NFC champions in the San Francisco 49ers pretty handily as well. It was kind of close towards the end, but if you watch the entire game, they beat them pretty easily, in my opinion. And then you have today's win. I'm recording this on Sunday. They defeated the Texans pretty easily once again. And the main two things that stick out, well, really the main thing is the great coaching. The coaching on both sides of the ball. One head coach and their current head coach, Kevin O'Connell, but a former head coach for the Dolphins, and one of the best DCs in the league in the last couple of years, but especially this year, who's looking like the scariest DC in the NFL right now, and that is Brian Flores, formerly of the Dolphins, formerly of the Patriots, and obviously now Steelers for a stint, and then now he's with the Vikings. And both of those coaches are having their players who, the players have to do it on the field. We understand that, but the coaching really plays a big aspect in that, in my opinion. And, they having their guys coached up perfectly, and the players doing their job as well on the field and making things happen and making plays. So shout out to the coaching staff. Kevin O'Connell, one of the best, brightest minds in the NFL. And then you have obviously Brian Flores, who went through his turmoil, as a Dolphins head coach. We know what happened there. Ended up trying to sue the NFL. I don't think nothing panned out from it. I don't think it just went quiet, but the Steelers picked him up, and Mike Tomlin did an awesome job in picking him up and giving him a job. And then he, switched lanes and went to the Vikings. I believe last year, and had that team playing decent last year. And, I had no expectations for the Vikings. I honestly didn't come into the season. No Kirk Cousins. He's went to my Falcons. They brought a new quarterback in Sam Darnold, a rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy with a top 10 pick. And then they lost some weapons on the Vikings' defensive side of the ball also. So I didn't think too much of the Vikings. I thought they'll be in a quick rebuild year. And the question for you guys is, this late in the video, is how far can they go? How far can the players take them? How far can great coaching take them? And to be honest, no biasness. I know we have Kirk, but no biasness, no shot. I don't think this is a long-term thing for the Vikings. Starting out 3-0, starting out hot is great, but you saw today versus the Houston Texans that doing this long-term might not be sustainable simply because Sam Darnold might not be available all year long. He went out today with the injury after being pressured or sacked. Forgot which one it was, but he was sacked 4 times today. And the main thing that didn't change, something that coaching can't really fix, is the O-line. And that's something that's tough to do. You need talent. You need top players for that. And they tried in the draft. They tried via free agency, but they just can't seem to get that O-line right. And pressures happen, sacks happen, and they played a good team today in the Houston Texans. Will Anderson, Hunter, and those guys. And we'll get into Grenard and playing his former team today and had 3 sacks. But focus on the Houston Texans and their defense. But they brought the pressure, and they hit home a couple times. Like I said, 4 sacks, a lot of pressures on Sam Darnold. And it's tough to be in the league and have that much wear and tear and play well the entire seasons. Only the special ones, only the great ones can do things like that. So for me, it's unsustainable. I hope it isn't. It's a fun ride to be on as a non-Vikings fan to see what they're doing. Let's hop onto the defense side of the ball. Matter of fact, before we get there, let's speak on Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, former top overall pick, a guy everyone wrote off as a bust in NFL, and he's been a great reclamation project for the Vikings. No one had that many. No one thought he would do this. I'll say that. To start the game, to start off the season 3-0. Only thrown 2 picks, one in the first 2 games, none versus the Texans, and their good defense. But he's been moving the ball well. He's been playing smart, and he's been finding his rhythm with his Vikings offense. And the thing is, they're not even at full strength. star tight end T.J. Hawkinson, star secondary wide receiver behind Justin Jefferson, obviously who's the best receiver in the NFL. But that secondary guy Jordan Addison from USC/Pitt a couple years ago, they're both out with injury, so they've been relying on the other guys outside of Jefferson and that star running back who they picked up from the Packers and NFC rival Aaron Jones. But they've been relying on guys like Nailor, who people thought would not be an impact player, which he has, I think, 3 touchdowns through 3 weeks so far for this Vikings team. So, Sam Darnold's been playing well, made a couple mistakes. No one's perfect, but he's definitely playing a lot better than people thought. The former 49er Sam Darnold, the Panthers Sam Darnold, he's definitely playing better than he was those times. But can he do it for a full season? Even if he's healthy, can he do it for a full season? We'll have to see there. But going to the main part of the video here, Brian Flores. Brian Flores and his defense has been scary to say the least. Jonathan Grenard playing out of body today versus his former Texans team with 3 sacks, a lot of pressures. Andrew Van Ginkel been playing amazing for the first 3 games. But like I said before, man, this Vikings team, I didn't think much of them. They have pieces. They have some decent guys. Did some things in free agency. Did some things in the draft I like a lot. They got Dallas Turner, who playing all right. Playing okay. People thought the Falcons would snatch him up. We didn't do it, but the Vikings got him. But overall, I just think that Vikings defense has limited talent, and that's the thing that kind of holds it back long term. Even if Donald can stay healthy and stay playing this level, stay playing pretty solid, the defense stay playing pretty solid. When it comes down to crunch time in the playoffs, the Vikings do get in, let's say via wild card. Even they win their division, surprising the whole world. They get in, winning their division, winning the NFC North. When it comes down to it, talent matters. Coaching is great, but talent matters. Can they stop Saquon Barkley and the Eagles? Can they stop A.J. Brown? Can they stop the Niners once again in a playoff settings when it's one game wins all, when a one game goes to the Super Bowl? Can they do that? Because this team led by our defense, we've seen worse teams in the past go to the NFC or AFC title game. So I'm not saying they're going to do that, but it's not impossible to think, Sam Darnold. And it sounds crazy, but the former bust Sam Darnold could lead the Vikings. With the help of his team and the coaching, obviously, but he could be the starting quarterback for a team going to the NFC title game. And he's not being baby. He's making plays. He's scrambling, making plays, staying in the pocket, taking hits. He's doing a great job. It's not like he's being baby and being a true game manager. He's making plays. So, that's something wild to say. We never thought we would see that in the 2024 cards, but it is possible. And as I said, Brian Flores, his defense is playing out of mind right now, out of body. Can they keep it up, though? That's the main question. The lack of talent kind of scares me. I'm not going to lie there. As I said, they have some guys, though, that their pass rush is looking scary. Grenard, Van Ginkel, Turner, good rotation there. I like Ivan Pace in there at middle linebacker. So they have some guys I don't love. I really dislike their cornerback room. That's the main thing I thought they should have addressed. With the young man that passed away. I forgot his name right now. But forgive me for that. But the young man passed away during the off season. He was supposed to help out. They didn't really, some other guys went down with injuries. They didn't really address those things. And it's really bothering me. I forgot old boy name, but he was supposed to be a rookie that came in and had some impact. Byron Murphy left for the Cardinals a year or 2 ago, so they're having guys that's not really big name players in that cornerback room, and they're playing well. But they don't have to play that well because the front seven is getting there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Like I said, Van Ginkel and those guys there. So sky's the limit for this team. I think there's the limit, but you never know. You never know how. So far the league is a lot of people's hurt. You see the Niners, a lot of injuries. Green Bay, that star quarterback is out. Who knows with Kirk Cousins and my Falcons, if they can stay healthy. The Saints, can they be consistent? The Lions, they're looking kind of iffy. Looking good, but iffy as well. So the Rams are hurt. So anything can happen. It's still early on. But to say the Vikings are playing this good right now and they're missing 2 of their star players on offense, that is definitely scary. That is scary to say the least, paired with that defense that, as we've seen so far, can make anything happen. So we'll see what happens, guys. And also to address one thing before we go, Brian Flores is the head coach. As we all know, there's probably no chance in the world Brian Flores gets a head coaching job after this year. As I said last year, did a pretty good job with what he had with the Vikings as a DC, as a first year DC. This year, a phenomenal job through 3 weeks. Even if this continues, I don't think he can parlay this into a head coaching job. Trying to sue the league, is a bad look, obviously. Then you go back to what actually happened, or the rumor mill, was heavy back then, and even it's been confirmed by Tua, Miami Dolphins quarterback, that Flores wasn't the best head coach. So those two things combined definitely take away from Brian Flores' chances as being a head coach once again. Maybe some time needs to pass. It's been a couple of years to try to sue the league. It's been about 3 years, maybe 4 years. So maybe enough time has passed. I don't think so. The league don't forget. He's back in the league. He's hired. Obviously, he's doing a great job, and he's working. But I don't know if he can get to the head coaching job, and the owner will trust him to be a head coach. I don't think that happens. But if he keeps up this track record, they might have to. You might have to do it in a couple of years. But right now, I just can't see it happening. But I wish the best for him and the Vikings. Hopefully it'll be cool to see us, my Falcons versus the Vikings in the playoffs in the first round. Maybe they'll be tight to see. Can Kirk beat his old team? I would be scared, to be honest, because Brian Flores' defense is balling. If they're playing the same way, as they are now in the future and in playoffs, I will not want to play this team. They are scary. So defense wins championships. All you need is an average quarterback, and and Sam Darnold has been playing above average. But like I said, if he does come back down to earth and the defense still is playing great, you never know where the Vikings can go. Super Bowl's a little too rich for my liking, but an NFC title game, it is possible, and it's a one-game tournament. If you win that game, Super Bowl is next. So you never know what may happen. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.